The court has reviewed the PSI and the supplements that were supplied, and does accept that, the PSI. You were convicted of child abuse as charged on December 2nd, 2024, which is a Class 1B felony, as indicated by Mr. Goodwin. That carries a prison range of 20 to life. In reviewing the PSI, I've also taken into account the Nebraska factors set out in statute regarding sentencing. I do take into account Dr. Schroeder's report, supplement report, your IQ, your history, the trauma that's been referenced. And I understand that part of it, and that is taken into account. What I also take into account is that you have caused the death of Carson at as vulnerable a stage as an adult life can be. And I don't disagree with what Mr. Harbison said, that you didn't intend what happened, but your actions caused what happened. Probably more appalling to the court is obviously more than one. We have the rib, we have trauma, we have the burns, we have, to the extent a baby has to go through that just is reprehensible. But it's the actions also taken from not addressing your mistake, instead prolonging the agony, and maybe steps could have been taken to save Carson's life. However, being worried about the ramifications for the other children and all that, and not doing anything, and quite honestly, I think the way it plays out, it sounds like the mother didn't do anything because of your course of action. I'm not excusing her, but I think it highly influenced her, and I recall sentencing her as well. So I've taken into your history, your educational background, you're only 24, but your record was starting to build at this stage. So it's not like you had avoided criminal activity, and it sounds like part of this plea deal was a assault charge in jail that was dismissed. So I have not taken that into account, but it's not like this woke you up. So anyway, to be the sentence of the court that you are sentenced to not term no less than 70 years, no more than 100 years. You are giving 400 and I believe it's 7 days credit. I updated the PSI yesterday. Based on the Nebraska Truth in Sentencing Act, that based on this sentence, you will be eligible for parole in 35 years. If you are not eligible, if you don't obtain parole, you will be mandatorily discharged after 50 years. Court costs are deemed uncollectible based on the term of the incarceration. If that time served is incorrect, I will correct it. I believe it's 407 based on the PSI. So, anything further, Mr. Harbison?
No.
Anything further, Mr. Goodwin?
No, Your Honor.
All right, the defendant is remanded to the custody of the Dawson County Sheriff for transportation consistent to sentence to the Department of Corrections.